Jay Leno needs this. I can't wait to tell you what happened here. Welcome to Coffee and Tools, and we're going to talk about Vevor. Oh, man. Yeah, so Vevor was talking to me about different products and things, and I thought I'd like to get more of a span of different things, because Vevor doesn't just sell some small commercial tools or something. They sell industrial stuff, commercial grade stuff, a lot of different levels with their site, and I really like the prices, of course, and the quality is within my specs that, like, I'm happy with whatever I get. So they sent me this picture, and I'll show it to you right now. Now that is a little oil change kit, and I thought that is really cool. You can roll that under the car, put the oil in it, and pull it back out. And something I didn't even realize it had was a little 12-volt pump, so you can pump the oil afterwards into some jars to return to your local auto store, because you know you can recycle oil. Is a good thing. So I told him, you know, send me that. So apparently they did. Then I realized when I got the box in, yeah. And it has 20-gallon capacity. So, yeah, if you have a large fleet, you know, and also you really like to do a lot of oil changes, I guess this baby's for you. Yeah, an oil change kit, a big one. Now, it comes with some assembly work required. That's even heavy. Also, here's the top, and I wanted you to see this. It's a screen type top. So when this is set up, the oil will be able to come out of here and find its way into the tub really nicely without splattering all over the driveway, which I've had a lot of that in the past. And also with your oil filter, when you bring it down, you just sit it on top of this and let it drain into the pan, and you can collect all your oil in a nice helicopter. Man, the whole place is shaking. Wow. You'll be able to drain all the oil. Maybe we should go over to the helipad today and see if they want to change oil on 8 helicopters or something. They have 8, you know. Yeah, so it's going to be this is a really nice item, especially if you have like one of those big 4x4 trucks that's jacked up in the air. Something like this for an oil change would be awesome, and you can keep it nice and clean. So I'm going to assemble it so we can have a really good look at it. When we come back, I'll have this all together. Yeah. It's been about an hour. I took my time, went over everything really careful, because assembly of a brand new piece of equipment, I always like to really carefully check every nut and bolt on it as I put it together, and thinking about the sizes and stuff. You're going to need some tools. There is some assembly going on here, but this pump mount here, put the pump on the bracket first, then mount the bracket. Not a big issue. The casters have locks on them, which is cool, so you can actually lock this thing in place when you're rolling it around. Lots of cool features. The pickup pump, side of the pump, you've got this pickup tube, but it has a screen on it, so that will stop any trash or whatever coming through when you're pumping oil, say, back to something. It has a really nice aluminum piece here too, which I thought was really cool at the other end. So you can set that up in your can or whatever it is you're going to be pumping the oil into to get rid of the oil afterwards. They supplied a fair amount of cable. This cable here for the pump is 12 volt. Yes, 12 volt. So you'd use like a car battery or something to power the sump pump with, in order to transfer the oil once you're done the oil change over to whatever kind of containment system you're using. This is really cool because anything that this is sort of like creates a bit of an anti-splatter. Now, granted, you still could get a little bit of splatter, but hopefully it should really keep the area a lot cleaner for you and contain up to 20 gallons of oil, which is, like I said, this is a little bit bigger unit than what I was thinking. Yeah, but it is I think the biggest. I think it's one of the biggest ones I have right now over at Vevor. So if you have a commercial situation where you do a lot of oil changes, or even a garage where you maintain cars and whatever for other folks and stuff, this is a great oil system, because you can wheel this around underneath, get the oil done, wheel it out from underneath using the handle, obviously, to pull it out from underneath the car instead of sloshing it around, and then pump it to wherever you're going to contain the oil. So I love it. Now, is it applicable to me? I don't know. It has to fit underneath the car. It's a little windy out today, so I may have to do a voice isolation thing, but It makes my voice sound a little funny when I use the isolation software. But anyways, I just thought I'd bring this out beside the Jeep even, just so you can see the scale of it here. It actually, if I put the Jeep up on ramps or something, it would be about where I need to be to do an oil change. But let me get the ramps out. I'm just going to show you something here. So I've got the car ramp beside it, but let's measure it and just see the car ramp is not a very tall one. That car ramp is not even, it's about 6 inches high. This is actually a full 9 inches in height, so that would give you an idea. If you have clearance under your car and you had a 9-inch ramp, you'd probably be okay with this. As a 6-inch ramp like I've got here is really not that great. In fact, it's a little bit tight to be doing an oil change at that point. That's a shame, because I really thought this would be workable. But I'm going to bring the car back. We'll put the car up on the ramps, we'll slide this up underneath, and we'll see how much clearance we have. I've got the car up on the ramps, and now here's our Vevor oil change kit, and it actually does fit under there even with the smaller ramps that I have. You really don't have, see if I can get them over there, here we go. We don't really have enough room to work under there at the same time to pull the oil plug, and I can get the filter, but the engine oil plug would be a little bit of a little tight for me to get in and work around that. So yeah, you really need taller ramps than what I have if you're going to personally use this just for at home or something around the cars. I'm just going to take a look online and see if there is such a thing as a 9-inch car ramp. I assume there is. Well, in the past, I've always had to get the oil pan underneath the filter, drop it, get the oil, clean that up, change the oil filter, and then move over to the engine itself. With something like this, I can drop the filter and the engine oil at the same time and just let everything sit right here and not have to worry about it. So that is a big plus. The only caveat I've got right now, I guess, is those ramps. The ramps I've got are low profile. They're like 6-inch ramps. They're just not really tall enough. You really should have somewhere in that range of around 9 inches of ramp in order to get the car, truck, whatever it is, up that little bit extra height, or at least in a situation with a car like this. So it's still a great item. And in fact, my brother-in-law was just here just now. He's into cars a lot. He's doing some restoration cars and stuff, and he just looked at this and said, you know, wow, it's awesome, you know. But it is kind of a game changer for oil changing. So it is an interesting, and I do like it, but I definitely have to do something about those ramps before I would use this, because I really don't have the space I want. Now, if I do decide to go ahead and do this today, what I would do is I would loosen the engine drain bolt and just loosen it off so it's still hand tight in there, and then roll this under and then finish up taking the drain bolt out, and that would let the oil get captured real good, and the wind won't blow oil, you know, over me and all over everything else, because the wind has a funny way of doing that sometimes. So yeah, Vevor, this is one of the reasons I wanted this in here, was just to show you guys there are so many other products that Vevor has that can surprise you and can add a lot of quality to our lives. So this is really, it's a pretty darn cool item. Hey, link will be in the description below where you can find this. I'm not sure about where that link goes to right now, so I won't say for sure, but I do believe it'd be warehoused from here in the US, so that's a good thing. So, wow. Let's go back in the shop. We're going to roll this away, put these car ramps up until we figure out what we're going to do about the car ramp problem. Yeah, I need taller ramps. Well, we're back in the shop today. I'm going to try to keep this short, I guess, today, but really was excited to show you guys that thing, because it's a game changer. You know, like I said, my oil changes they have always been a bear, and that just makes the oil change just so much more interesting. But at the same time, it allows me the frequency that I can drop everything at the same time and just let it all drain into the pan. Cool, yeah. Now, the only other problem I've got is storage, and I'm thinking they might be able to store that thing up on end or something like that, or even put a latch up in the barn where the T-bar will hook or something, so we can store it up in the air or something out of the way when we're not using it. I don't know. That's something we can we'll play that game later on. But I want to thank everyone for watching Coffee Tools, and please like, share, subscribe, and ring the notice bell. We've got Vevor tools, we've got all kinds of other stuff. Monday, we're going to build a very basic solar charge system with supplying power to run fairly heavy things. Should be pretty cool. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here, and thank you guys again so much for watching, and over and out.